Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, I want to get a shout out to Notification Gang, Key Talk Gang for rocking with me every single video. If you listen to my voice right now, go ahead and hit the notification button to get a notification every single time I drop a video. Anyway, so today, we're going to talk about some actual news topics. When I say actual news topics, I mean that's actually outside of hip hop as of right now. We got a Kentucky judge that was actually shot by a sheriff, right? Yeah, the sheriff literally shot and killed the judge, like at the courthouse, I'm talking about? And then on top of that, after that, we're going to talk about Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk, of course, we know Elon Musk is repping and riding for Trump 100% all the way, so much to the fact that Trump said he might got a position for Elon Musk if he becomes the actual president. Right now, Elon Musk made a comment about Joe Biden and also Kamala Harris that has to do with them being unalive. So I'm going to get to that comment as well, because now the Secret Service is on Elon Musk. Anyway, so let's go ahead and take it over to the first topic we're going to talk about. And with the first topic that we're talking about, like I say, man, when I read it, I was like, whoa, this is insane. Now, I didn't read the topic, the actual, the what actually happened. I only read the headline of it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely got to read over this with Key Talk Gang, right? Anyway, so up first, Kentucky judge shot and killed in Chambers, right? So Chambers is like, whenever YSL Woody was on the stand and they would like say, okay, we're going to cut for break and go into Chambers or whatever and have a discussion. So I guess the judge went into Chambers, maybe the sheriff was there or something like that, and they actually got into it, right? And not only did they get into it, after that, I guess they went outside or whatever, they were leaving, and he shot him. That's what I'm guessing, but we're about to actually read the story. So Kentucky judge shot and killed in Chambers. Sheriff charged with the murder. District Judge Kevin Mullins was killed at the Letcher County Courthouse. So it says, Letcher County Sheriff Sean Stein has been charged with the murder in a fatal shooting of a Kentucky District Judge, Kevin Mullins, who was killed in his chambers on Thursday, according to police. This is already insane, just even thinking about the sheriff that's like supposed to be in the courtroom helping to keep the judge safe, ended up killing him, right? It continues and it says, Mullins, who presided over Letcher County, was shot and killed at the Letcher County Courthouse, Kentucky State Police said. Steins has been arrested and charged with the murder in a judge's death, State Police said. A 911 caller reported shots being fired inside the courthouse shortly before 3 p.m. ET, State Police said. Responding officers, I thought it was outside, maybe outside the building, but they're saying inside the actual court. Imagine, bro. Let's just finish reading. Responding officers and emergency personnel found Mullins, 54, with multiple gunshot wounds, State Police said. He had been shot in his chambers, according to Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear. It says at a Thursday night news conference. You know what? Before I continue reading, let's actually figure out what the heck what do they mean when they say chambers, right? Let me actually find it, because it's going to keep saying chambers, chambers, chambers. I want to be able to give y'all the actual definition of what it means when it says the judge chambers, right? And I'm sure I can find that on Google. I'm gonna say, what is chambers with a judge, right? Chamber. What is the judge chamber? Okay, judge chambers. A judge chamber says a judge's chambers is, let me actually let y'all see this part of the screen too, right? So it says a judge's chambers is the office of a judge where the judge may hear certain type of cases instead of an open court. Okay, so now we know what the actual chambers is, right? So that's wild. Like, golly, he went to his chambers and killed him. Okay, so it says at a Thursday night news conference, officials said life-saving measures were taken, but Mullins died at the scene. And of course, this is the Judge Mullins that actually got killed by the sheriff, right? And maybe they'll show a picture of the sheriff here in a little bit. Steins, 43, allegedly shot Mullins following an argument inside the courthouse. Kentucky State Police said in a statement at the news conference, officials said they had not determined if Steins used his duty weapon. Whoa, why would he not have his duty? Why would he use another weapon other than his duty weapon is the question, though, right? He was taken into custody without incident and has been charged with one count of first-degree murder. I want to know what in the blue hell could the argument could have been about for you to kill him inside the chambers? I'm talking about he ain't just like wait to maybe go to his crib, follow him home. He's a cop, so he can always type in information and get his address or something to like plot to kill him. Like he decided, now I'm about to kill you right now in chambers, like where I know for a fact I'm going to go to jail after killing you. So it had to be, I would imagine this got to be a super critical argument. Maybe it was just something super minor, but I mean, for you to just kill somebody like that and knowing that you're a cop as well, you know the consequences. It ain't like you're uneducated, don't know the consequences or off some lane or something like that. I don't know, bro. This is just insane. Let's continue. It says he was taken into without incident. He was taken to a detention center. Officials said Thursday night. Steins is cooperating with the authorities conducting the investigation. Official also said it is unclear if Steins has an attorney at this time. There are no reports of any additional injuries in the incident. Kentucky State Police Trooper Matt Gayhart told Johnson City, Tennessee ABC affiliate, a motive remains under investigation. He told the station. It is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public right now, Gayhart told them. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman said his office will collaborate with the Commonwealth Attorney of the 27th Judicial Circuit, Jackie Steele, as a special prosecutor on the case. We will fully investigate and pursue justice, he said in a statement. Yep, here goes the officer, Letcher County, Mickey Steins. He looked like one of the ones that don't really, you know what I'm talking about, that don't really care for people like, you know what I mean? You know, we can just get a vibe when we look at people. We can kind of tell. Or maybe he just seems like he don't play around. He's talking about one or the two. He's talking about one or the two. So with that being said, let's see if there's any more. The Kentucky Court of Justice said a statement Thursday it is in contact with law enforcement agencies, including the Kentucky State Police, and is offering our full support during this difficult time. While the investigation is ongoing, we're committed to providing assistance in any way that we can. The statement continued, our deepest sympathies go out to all those impacted by this tragic event, and our thoughts and prayers are with the community during this challenging time. According to an order by Letcher County Judge Executive Terry Adams, the courthouse will be closed Friday. Man, listen, I want to know what leads they got, what done happened. You know what I'm talking about? They got to know some type of details for Buddy to just off them like that. And they said that the police is cooperating with them. So some, you know what I'm talking about, they know more details than they releasing, but I just had to go over there with y'all after I saw that the judge got killed by the sheriff. Absolutely insane. However, the next topic we got to talk about is old Elon Musk. Now listen, man, Elon Musk is a trillionaire. You know what I'm talking about? Trillionaires, this is a capitalistic society, which means if you got the paper, if you got the money, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. Okay, maybe you can't. We all see what happened with Diddy, so maybe you can't do whatever you want to do. However, you can do a lot of stuff, especially when you got $1 trillion. Diddy had like $1 billion, I believe, right? Elon Musk has $1 trillion, maybe even multiple $1 trillion. But let's read about what Elon Musk did. First, before we start, I want to let you know, Elon Musk came out and said, hey, listen, somebody said they on X that he owns, right? Hey, why is people always trying to, unalive Donald Trump? And he pretty much came out and was like, okay, they're trying to unalive Donald Trump, but they're never trying to actually unalive Kamala and Biden. I wonder why. Actually, I got the post on my Instagram at Key Talk Media because for this, I want to read y'all the exact post, his exact quote. I don't want to mess up the quote or none of that at all. I want y'all to see exactly what Buddy actually had to say to that, right? So let me actually get to it first, right? But either way it goes, you got to have some big old cojones to even say anything like that, knowing that the Secret Service is going to get involved and knowing that the type of influence that he actually has as well, right? I'm not saying whether this is right or wrong. I'm just, you know what? It's going to be in the story that I actually read, so we can just get to read the story. Okay, so it says, well, before we do that, Secret Service probing Musk post about threats to Biden and Harris. The Secret Service is looking into Elon Musk post on X that suggested it was strange no one attempted to assassinate President Joe Biden or Vice President Kamala Harris in response to a FOIA request. The agency said it's withholding records due to enforcement proceedings. Welcome to a special. Oh, we're not reading that. That ain't about nothing, right? Let's see. So Musk may have poked the bear one too many times. On Sunday, shortly after the second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump, an X account called Doji Designer posed a question. Why they want to kill Donald Trump? Musk responded to his 198 million followers, and he actually is the owner of X. Obviously, it was his platform, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden and Kamala. Right when I saw Buddy type that, I immediately knew that it was going down. I immediately knew that the feds now was going to be on Buddy tail, on his trail. You know what I'm talking about? I actually posted it on my Instagram at Key Talk Media, and I said literally, them people better be knocking at his door. And sure enough, they knocking at his door. So it continues and it says, he wrote, adding a question mark at the end of his post. Musk later deleted the post after it was widely condemned and said it was intended as a joke. I can definitely see him just doing it as a joke. Elon Musk strikes me as a guy with like a big sense of humor, a big personality, and I don't think he would go to the extremes of actually wanting to unalive them. I think it was a harmless joke, but it's just an extreme joke simply because it's the actual president of the United States, right? But it was already seen by tens of millions, including the Secret Service. The Secret Service investigation, when they're trying to determine whether a person poses an imminent threat to one of their protectees, threatening the U.S. president or vice president, is a felony that can carry a hefty fine. But he ain't worried about no fine or up to 5 years in prison. Might be worried about that though, right? But he ain't better go. He going $1 trillion. He gonna get the best lawyers in the world. FOIA file sent Freedom of Information Act request to the Secret Service Protective Intelligence and Assessment Division, Office of Protective Operations, and Office of Investigation for documents and email references must post. That sounded like a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, pretty much saying that the stuff that he said got sent in through some powerful people. That's just what that sounded like. On Wednesday, the agency responded to the request by saying records it had about Musk posts were compiled for law enforcement purposes and are being withheld because disclosure could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement and proceedings. We followed up with the Secret Service FOIA division and were told that the Protective Intelligence Division advised that it cannot release any records because of enforcement proceedings. The agency is aware of the social media post made by Elon Musk, said Nate Herring, a spokesman for the Secret Service. As a matter of practice, we do not comment on matters involving protective intelligence. We can say, however, that the Secret Service investigates all threats related to our protectees. But don't jump to any conclusions. I've written a handful of stories over the past 8 years based on FOIA documents pertaining to prominent public figures who landed on the Secret Service radar. The worst that will likely happen if the Secret Service pays a visit to Musk is he'll be inconvenienced, and he'll have to prove he doesn't pose an imminent threat to President Joe Biden and Vice President Harris, which I'm sure Elon Musk will obviously be able to do. He may never even hear from the Secret Service, which was the case from former Dukes of Hazzard star John Schneider, called for Biden and his son Hunter to be hanged in a post. Golly, on X I know they hollered at him. The Secret Service determined Schneider's post was only a veiled threat and declined to take any action. Yeah, that threat is way worse than what Elon Musk said. So I know for a fact, they probably won't even holler at Elon Musk, honestly. Just give him a little scare, put him in an article or something like that. Or he may never have the opportunity to rap along with Secret Service agents, as was the case with Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. the rapper Eminem. Okay, what in the blue hell did Eminem do? After he was summoned in 2018 to answer questions about some of his lyrics, of course. But on Monday, Musk did try to offer a rationalization for his tweet and the reason he deleted it. Well, one lesson I've learned is that just because I say something to a group and they laugh doesn't mean it's going to be all that hilarious as a post on X, he wrote. So I mean, he's coming out of righting his wrongs, right? Turns out that jokes are way less funny if people don't know the context and the delivery is plain text, he added in another post. Musk and his attorney Alex Spiro did not respond to requests for comment about whether he was contacted by Secret Service about his post. By the way, FOIA files also requested the same type of records from the Secret Service about a far more explicit thread also posted on Sunday on X by a libertarian. All right, we ain't gonna read all that, right? It just, when it comes to making any type of posts or threats or anything, saying anything about the president at all, the president of the good old United States of America, they got their foots around on the throats of everybody else around the whole world. Even though BRICS is trying to come up on the rise and knock us off, you know, talking we got the wars going on. We're giving all this money to Ukraine. I'm talking about they keep begging us to get all of our money. And there's a lot of stuff going on, right? But anyways, I definitely want to read over these with y'all. I actually didn't even read either one of these topics myself before I decided, okay, I'm going to read it with y'all because I wanted to read it with y'all. So we got the sheriff that then ended up killing the judge in the judge home. If you're talking about somebody pulling up to somebody dosed up, bringing it to somebody dosed up, that's the most vile, cruel way that you can actually go at your job. You know what I'm talking about? In your chambers, in your protected chambers, away from the court. Bang, bang, bang. He did that, right? And also Elon Musk might not get called by the Secret Service, but hey, man, one thing for certain, and one thing for sure, buddy is riding for Donald Trump. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.